What in the hell is going on here? It's multiplicity. I just did this. I just sent it home. Like I just gave the customer their keys. Well, good morning, everybody. It's another one of these knockout beautiful spring days. April, come she will, and here she is. Couldn't be more thankful for it. On the operating table today, we have the Carolla. This is the first of two that I'll be servicing that I refer to as twins. This one's a 2006 model, a little higher mileage, about 170K. Going to be doing top end, what do I even want to say? Ignition tune up on this car. So that's going to come out. We're going to do the headlight assemblies on this car. We're also going to do the water pump and the drive belt. So that should represent a really nice tune up and a good chance for me to clean things up and see what else the car may need to continue its journey. They've been driving these cars since new, is my understanding, and we're going to breathe life back into them so they can continue to motor safely and reliably for many, many more years to come. Headlight service, one of my favorites, as you've seen many times. Foggy, old, no reason not to just reset that all the way back to 2006 here. Got some special custom work we're going to do, and we're going to do that first. But yeah, just kicking around, enjoying this beautiful morning. Big overhaul to do, but it's not a big job on these cars for me, and it's going to be rinse repeat. It's going to feel like a glitch in the matrix out here. We're going to do the same thing exactly twice the two vehicles. This one is going to get my value package of parts, representing excellent choices for good cost savings. And that'll be compared to the best available one that comes next. Anyway, let's get flopping and started on this. So as many of y'all know, I'm doing the double trouble Carolla tune-up, and it's going to be the same tune-up across two cars, one using a value line of excellent parts, and the other using absolute top-of-the-line parts. So we can see what difference we get, how good is the okay, how much better is the much better. For this one, I let FBVP be my main supplier, as everything shipped from the same place, and I've had great luck with them. Everything they sell has a lifetime warranty on it. They will back it up, and the prices are low. Got it through Rock Auto. So I've used the stuff sporadically before. I've never thrown a huge kit of all FVP like that at a vehicle before, but from what I see, I'm going to be happy with it. So we'll start first at the Coil Packs, FVP brand. These came made in Poland, which is nice. Okay, that's where Intermotor is made and where some of my better Coil Packs are made. Right off the bat, there's plenty of glass fiber reinforcement in that plastic, so that's good. Body material looks good. The grommet here is brass, so that's nice. The spark plug seal looks good and retained. It's not all flopping off and falling off. That's nice, and that appears to be silicone. Bottom appears to be silicone too. The spring itself, I don't know if y'all can see that. It's chrome coated, but the pin in the center is in fact brass. So everything I look for in a coil pack, most of it's here. I mean, we don't have brass contacts there, but okay, folks, that was like, I want to say it was $20. It might have been $24 for these coil packs, whereas the blue streaks going on the other one are like $50 a pop. Anyway, there's that. We got 80% brighter headlights for the low beams. Well, I'm not sure. Maybe that's the high beams. 60% and 80%, so a brightness upgrade without going extreme. And nice disassembly is fully complete seals on the Carolla. So you can see I got the headlamps overhauls. So this is going to be quite the nice day for this Carolla. Got the valve cover off. That's all the disassembly required. Got my gasket tacked in my valve cover. That's nice and cleaned up. Got some custom work I'll show you at the end. There's that old water pump. Denso coil packs came off, old thermostat, old belt. We'll compare everything real nice. But the next step, while my gasket is in place and happy, is to drop that on and to reseal that valve cover. So that's my next piece to do. But shaping up beautifully. Disassembly is complete. Managed to not make a huge mess here. So reassembly should be just a breeze and a relaxing afternoon. Here we go, folks. I'm enjoying this one. It's great out here. Get some sun on my arms. Get to feeling good. having fun. It's just a beautiful, idyllic day to be doing this, and I'm enjoying it. And we're almost done. Reassembly is almost complete. I got my water pump in there. I got my thermostat in there. I got my alternator in there. Got my valve cover resealed. New plugs in. New coil packs in. Let's have a look at them old plugs. They were Denso, just like what I put back in it. And as you can see, yeah, they're tired. They're ugly. This one probably does consume a little bit of oil, unfortunately. I don't see where the oil would be going otherwise. But with these engines, keep the oil in it is what you do. It will keep running forever. Underneath, they can have a nice little look. You can see my new water pump jobby dealy there, all marked up nice with my green marks, yeah. Your radiator cap on. So, light reassembly is what's left here. Not a whole lot. Put the radiator fan assembly back in after I clean that up. Get my headlights installed. And then we're good to cook on this one. Re-add the coolant and get her burped. Air filter and cabin air filter left to do. And then we'll clean out this a little bit. But, folks, that was a stand-up valve cover. It came all the way off and got polished real good. I'm proud of how I do this. I'm proud of what it looks like when I get done. To the uninformed, that may not look that clean. That's pretty fucking clean, folks. Anyway, enjoying the beautiful day. Finishing up. We'll be ready to go in the house here shortly. It has been an idyllic day of service. It's been an idyllic car to service and an idyllic service to do on the car. When I got up, I was all clean and this car was all nasty, and now I'm friggin' disgusting. And this looks like a new machine. Check out the new headlights installed, folks. And you already saw my coil packs and such. Did a little more cleaning up. Their choice of fire engine red for the valve cover, so that's what I did. I'm starting to like to do things like that to add a little touch of flair to what we've worked on, but you can see how awesome those headlamp lenses assemblies are going to be. Everything's together, everything's buttoned up, everything I've had out has been cleaned up and put back together, everything's signed, date, marked, looking pretty. That needs to cure and doesn't need to be touched for a while, but I think it added just the pizzazz this little machine needed. It is a different shade of red than the Matrix. Again, by customer request. The other one's going to be a different color. So they were once identical. Now they're going to be just a little bit different. But proud of my work. Proud of everything that's been done. Used some rivets to install some of my undercar flaps. New belt on there. New water pump. Ought to be all happy. Unfortunately, it's going to be fun measuring how much coolant came out as I dropped the damn cleaning shirt in it. So that's going to make that a little funky to measure. But I just got to go get a gallon jug of it. And we will get this knocked out. So, happy fun time. Huge difference in the curb appeal. Again, this is the FVP value line of excellent quality for the money. Denso spark plugs. And we went with the mid-grade brightness, but high-quality brand name bulbs in this one. So, should be a little dimmer than the other one. But honestly, it's going to be more than plenty. Up next on the vehicle, I did notice that the strut boots are destroyed and the control arm bushings are dead. So this one needs a full front and rear end from me. I don't think it'll be hard to sell the guy after all this. We'll get the twin services done first, though. All right, folks. Time for me to go get some coolant, put my toys away, and then call this one done. All right, got everything done. No leaks detected. Burping the system now, brought it almost up to temperature. Now I'm letting it wait for a minute. Everything's good there. Car sounds so much happier than it did when it came in. I do notice that I got this little guy right here making some noise, which I think it's supposed to do that. But it's a little more chattery than I'm used to hearing on the cars. And then I can hear my automatic belt tensioner pulley might need some help. But that's quieting up the water pump noise. Couldn't directly hear that before. In any event, much quieter than it was, and the car's ready for a little oil change too. In any event, happy car. Excited for the service I've done to it. Everything looks great. Double checking everything, and I'm going to give it the overnight and park it upside down on that hill in just a second to help burp the coolant the rest of the way. But mission accomplished. I love it when a plan comes together. This one's a car. Got almost everything cleaned up. Again, I'm going to let that coolant. Oh, look, that air bubble's coming out. There it goes. It's doing its thing now. You can see it in real time. Glad I don't let them get all the way warm. That's why I do what I do. We're going to let that sit just like that for quite some time. Come out here, massage hoses, go smoke a bowl, enjoy myself, and come back and see how much lower things have gotten once the air works out. We didn't bring her up too warm, and we did have good heat in the vents. In any event, there it is. Let's keep burping it out. All right, folks, the moment has come. The first of the two twin Carollas is here on the operating table, and it's here for an eyeball transplant as well as its first big tune-up ever. And as you can see, we got some relatively foggy headlamps. I believe they tried to buff them at one point, but, you know, look at them fucking things. We're going to make things a lot better than that. Let's turn the lights on and see what that's going to look like. Give a before comparison. So, oh yes, Carolla. 169,949,000 miles. I'd say it's time for that tune-up. Alright. First, the parking lights. That'll show off what this is like. Yeah, daytime runners. You can see just how foggy those assemblies are and how much light we're losing. And it's going to be a tremendous difference versus that first thing tomorrow. Although, you know, I gotta say, they got decent light output for what it is. I always feel that way about them. You can see that's just yellow and hazy. You can see the light output is yellow and hazy. That's the high beams. If they don't run too much, you can hear it load up the alternator. Those, they're brighter. It does make a difference. But you can really see the whiteout effect inside the lens where we lose as much light right here as we come out, and you can feel the heat in it. So, huge difference coming up for this one. We got eagle eyes to go in it. We got Wagner blue bulbs for one, and we got a Philips product, a medium 60% brighter for the other, and long life turn signals. It's going to represent a significant upgrade above the stock bulb, and then with the replacement housings, huge difference on the way. That's not too terrible. We'll have some aftershots tomorrow night. All right, everybody, it's the moment you've been waiting for. Let's see the final results on those headlights. Oh yeah, parking lights engaged. That's my Philips natural amber long life bulbs in there. So those last forever, and they just have a nice pleasing extra glow to them. I think y'all are really going to like these headlight bulbs we did this time, folks. A little different than my usual hot setup that most people take. Let's see. Engage low beams. Yes. So right off the bat, nice white light color. That is nice. Definitely nice and bright. Definitely a huge upgrade over the originals, and not terribly offensive on the low beams. Okay, that's not scalding my eyeballs out. It's not my retina scalders, but good light color. Definitely enjoying that. Now let's go to the high beams. High beams, engage. All right. Nice. Very nice. Same deal. Very white light color, which is awesome. I'll remember that for next time, that this particular round of bulbs gives me very good white light, very good projection. That does not shine as far as the NightGuide Platinums. It is a huge upgrade over what was going on before, though. We'll see how offensive that is. Now, again, this is high beams, so shouldn't be running this down the road. But, oh yeah, very nice. Very nice. But my retinas are indeed not completely scalded. And the field of view is excellent on it. Not too much spillover. Little bit of glow to the side. That's all good. Let's look down the road on it again. Very nice, very nice. So, high beams, low beams, parking lights. Oh yeah, turn signals. Works great. All right, there it is. What in the hell is going on here? It's multiplicity. I just did this. I just sent it home. Like, I just gave the customer their keys, and here it is again. I know this one's different. This is a 2008 with 50,000 less miles on it. Note the sunroof. He takes good care of his car. She takes too good care of her car, Nothing on this but brand name niceness so far, and that's how I'm going back with it with my tune-up. So we will see the difference. What does your extra maintenance get you? This car's been running on premium fuel its whole life. As I told them, it's never hurt one. Is it necessary? No. Is your fuel system clean? Yes. So no tears there. Interesting stuff, folks. It's going to blow my mind a little bit to do this twice in a row. Here we go. The second Carolla is in, but as y'all saw, it came in late. So I didn't really get a whole lot done today on it other than to paint their valve cover. By customer request, they wanted a dark navy, and I'd say this is pretty dark navy. You'll see it looks like there might be some trash and some pop in it. Don't let that fool you yet. We don't know how this looks yet. This has to cure for quite a minute on that textured surface before I know. This is what it looks like a few minutes after shoot, where it'll be its absolute ugliness. That being said, I am happy with the color. I hope the finish comes out all right. In the end, it covers an engine underneath the hood. It's cool looking, and it's art. What a day, folks. Spent $160 on shipping to send off that Trofeo Vic. Went and checked out a car. Looks like the lube shop left the oil filter loose. Painting this, watching crap land in it as the wind picks up on the most polleny day of the year. You know what? Wabi sabi. This is the art, not the science right here. Anyway, I think it's going to look slick. And again, when that dries, that'll be totally puckered texture looking, like the shape of the valve cover. That's just very, very wet and still moving around. So don't be bothered by imperfections yet. I have learned. These are elusive creatures that you can never get that close to. Like take you a lifetime. Gobble for me there. Walk up on them. They were out here gobbling at us a second ago. Gobble, gobble. One of them big things. Good morning, everybody. Wild Man Willie here on one of the last chilly mornings of the year, or so I hope. And today, we're getting started on the 2008 Carolla, the second of two that live in the same garage. Smartest two-car garage you could have, in my opinion. With this one, we're doing a top-end tune-up, belt drive, water pump, thermostat, headlamps, just like the other one. This one's had a little more of a sheltered life than the other one, and she insists on only the best. So that's what we're going to install. This time around, felpro for our valve cover gasket. Standard blue streak coil packs. As good as I know how to get them. Got a good deal on those too. I mean, look at that, folks. It's the pretty parts. So those will be excellent. Water pump. Aisin. That should be what comes off of it. Just a belt in this box. But Aisin gave us that one. That's cool. For the turn signal bulbs, we got Philips Long Life Natural Amber. We got a Motorrad Ultrastat for this. For the plugs, we're going with NGK Iridium IX. We have air filter by Denso. Cabin air filter is particulate and electrostatic in this case. We're going to be putting Philips NightGuide Platinum, my brightest available bulbs, in these housings. So this won't take too terribly long. It's a chilly morning. That's got me working pretty fast. Let's kick its butt and get these parts on the car. Okay, folks, it's still morning. We're making excellent progress. This girl is coming together. We got the headlights in. Got everything cleaned up underneath that. Got our Philips NightGuide Platinum bulbs in there. Got our valve cover off. Got our valve cover over here for a quick cleanup. That's not too terribly nasty. Somebody had changed that gasket once before. Used a whole bunch of RTV on it too. Don't like that. I'm going to do it my way, or the highway, you know, when we're going to clean this up. Did run into one little issue on this one, and I'm just going to go with the universe today. This one's got belt tensioner disease. See where I've marred up that tensioner a little bit? Maybe you can't see it in that shot, but get in there where you can. Yeah, see where that's got some witness mark from work on it? She didn't budge. Stop. I'm going to buy a new tensioner and get that on the way before we attempt to do anything with this belt drive. We're going to leave this water pump and such and the coolant service for another time. I have my methods. I have a workaround procedure for that, but the belt drive is intact. Nothing is failing on that at the moment. I'd prefer just to have a nice new part in my hand, so if I need to kill that thing to get it off of there, off she goes. It will wait on that. We're just going to go with that today, though. Look at them new headlights in there. That's so pretty. So next, got to scrub that valve cover, put it back on, tighten it up. Then it's time to do the spark plugs and then coil packs. Throw some filters in this guy, do just a little bit more light cleaning around under the hood, and we'll have ourselves a service complete on this one. I'm afraid that the next one's going to roll in before this one's done. But one out, one in, that's how we're going to handle it. Well, as always, that took longer than expected, but I couldn't ask for a more beautiful early afternoon to finish that up. So we went on with the ignition tune-up on the vehicle. I'll show you that in a second. Look at the difference in them headlight lenses. And this was the better of the two cars. One of these is kind of cocked in there wrong, the old one, not the new one. So it's been kind of cross-eyed this whole time, I imagine. Low light output. It's hard to get in there to those without taking the battery out. Fix that problem this time. You can see our beautiful Eagle Eyes headlamp assemblies. They fit very nice, and we got everything cleaned up all underneath them and all the moss and stuff, so that should be good and pretty. They're very well aimed. NightGuide Platinum bulbs. I don't know if y'all can see that little bluish twinkle through there. Beautiful. Cleaned up my intake manifold on the outside. Valve cover gasket has been replaced with a felpro. You can see my marking there for that. I don't know if it's necessary or not, but we went with Standard Motor Products Blue Streak. Most badass coil packs I know how to grab you for all four of these. And we went back with NGK Iridium IX spark plugs. Somebody had done this job before. That was a felpro gasket that came out of it. Nothing wrong with that. You know, it's who knows how long it had been. Wasn't leaking yet. We've stopped it from leaking in the future, right? Well, the spark plugs are NGK type R. I do not believe that is the correct formulation for the car. That's okay. It's got those iridiums in now. Again, somebody has changed them before, and they're not that bad, but they're ugly enough. Also, I'll note that whoever was here before me, do you notice how that crush washer? Do you notice how that crush washer is not fully deformed? They didn't have these in there tight enough. I do a better job than that. That washer is supposed to crush down. You feel that tense up. You're supposed to turn it past that. They did not. So glad I got to it today. Not the correct formulation of spark plugs were in the car. Correct formulation's in now. Going to be red hot. Along with these ultimate zapper coil packs. Ultimate retina scalator X-ray headlamp bulbs. Looking great. Denso engine air filter. And we did an ATP ultra grade cabin air filter. So this one's ready to rock. My last step is to install the beauty color cover. Dark navy by customer request. Let's see here if I can line it up. With the phone in my hand. Oh, I'm blowing my whole video. Just like that right there. Looking beautiful. Okay, now that I got my wiring back in the proper position, we can see what I was going after there. So check out that beautiful dark navy blue valve cover color by customer request. So this one's blue team, the other one's red team. It's time to start her up, see what we got. And of course, I always suggest for them after I've done this, for some of my remnants and other things, time for a synthetic oil change and a bottle of fuel injector cleaner right away. But let's rock it. All right, 120,000 miles. Oh yeah, happy car. Listen to her. She didn't sound bad before, but that's nice and quiet. That's real nice and quiet. Oh yeah, happy, happy, joy, joy, joy. Hell yeah, folks. Sounding good, looking good. Bottle of fuel injector cleaner clearing out the rest of that clatter. Proud of my work. Proud to have the his and hers. Looking forward to doing a day and night or a nighttime comparison on these headlights, or these are the ultra bright brighters. We might have to get that done on the belt drive service. I think they might pick this one up tonight. But in any event, the Toyota Smith's been back on it. We've raised the value of this car significantly. I'm happy. Time to go street park and get ready to go. All right, folks, not that I was after to make a hot rod here, But versus whatever the hell spark plugs the last person had in there installed loose, this bastard's got some power back. That's really cool. Makes me very happy. Good, good, good. So that's another one in the record books, a winner. I'm very happy with it. I know they're going to be still going to recommend a bottle of fuel injector cleaner. Go through that, but yeah, the lost ponies or squirrels or whatever you call them, I have managed to corral them, lasso them up, and stuff their asses back into that engine. So, Wild Man Willie enjoying a little bit of warmth while the sun shines out. As soon as the cloud goes over it, I get freezing cold again. But thanking you for watching, and the tale of two Carollas is almost done. Folks, it's been a long day, but we had to come out here and get that nighttime headlight footage. So check out the Philips NightGuide Platinum. Wow. Them is some obscenely bright low beams on this car. Holy Lord. What have I done? I've created a monster. No, excellent visibility, excellent illumination. All right, let's kick it up a notch. Wow, that's the high beams. Check out how far down the street we can see with them. A little bit of that purple overwash. That's as bright as we could possibly get them. Wow-wee-ree. Yep. So I'm going to say that the less expensive set is not as bright, but it is a little bit wider. This has a little bit warmer color temperature, but that's because them bad boys is the frickin' sun, son. Sorry, everybody. Hee 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 hee.